Welcome to MarcusG.TV. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano.
And Jamie.
And I'm a chef on a mission.
Absolutely.
And today's mission is diet soda, diet soft drinks, diet cola, which a lot of people drink. A lot of people drink it. It's a huge, massive industry. Like massive industry. And what's the name of the article, Jamie?
The End of Diet Soda? Huge study links aspartame to these major health problems.
Now, this is January 2016.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a brand new study. This is maybe 6, 7, 8 months old, 9 months old. I've seen it around the internet in several different places. But the more that anybody can talk about this subject, the better off consumers are. There's a lot of light needs to be shined on this corrupt, misleading
marketing.
It's a shame that people partake in this, and
it's a shame that they make it.
It's a shame they make it. It's a shame
Right.
they make it. But of
and
course,
they call it sugar-free, and you're going to lose weight, and yeah.
the thing is, if you're a company, you've mastered how to create a product and how to bring it to market and how to convince and manipulate
the consumer to buy it, drink it, and continue to want it.
Right. Like, we have no natural instinct after we're weaned to drink milk. And we definitely don't have a natural instinct to drink other species' milk. But look at all the marketing that goes into it. And look, Strong Bones, which has been disproven, and they really can't say that anymore. All the lipstick, the milk lipstick advertisements they did with all the celebrities. When we go to our son's basketball games, every gym has posters on milk, if you've noticed that.
They do.
Most of the gyms. And that's because the dairy industry is just giving them all this stuff to post and post
right,
and
because
post.
the more they get it out there, the more the kids are going to want it and go for it and not,
you know. So it's not only just marketing in a commercial. It goes much deeper than that. It's marketing into textbooks and education.
Posters and education.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, the end of diet soda. All right, Jamie.
All right. One of the largest studies of its kind recently examined the link between diet drinks and cardiovascular issues such as heart attack and stroke in healthy postmenopausal women. The research took place at the University of Iowa, and the findings were presented at the American College of Cardiology's 63rd Annual Scientific Session in Washington, D.C. 60,000 women participated in the study, and it found that women who consume 2 or more diet drinks a day are 30% more likely to experience a cardiovascular event and 50% more likely to die from a related disease.
Wow.
These are huge numbers.
Yes.
Even if you are thinking correlation does not mean causation, when using the Bradford Hill criteria to evaluate the relationship between diet drinks and human health, it becomes quite clear that the danger is at least worth considering.
Yes.
Right? Even if you don't believe all of this stuff, consider it.
Even that the diet soda industry is going to tell you, oh, correlation doesn't mean causation, and there's nothing to worry about, and this and that. That's all BS. That
but
is
if there's
all.
A chance.
There's a
for
chance.
You to have something wrong. Isn't that enough to say, I'm not going to use that product?
There's a ton of good books on there on the research on artificial sweeteners, on aspartame.
Yes.
Sucralose, too. Sucralose is not sugar in its natural form with a missing molecule. It's a chemical. It's downright a chemical. That, again, is their marketing ploy. They're saying, oh, it's just missing a molecule.
Right.
No, it's a chemical. So I followed an account on Twitter called, I forgot. It was on Twitter and Facebook. And what they would do is, if somebody posted something on, like this, if I posted a study, they'd immediately come back and comment and saying, here are the facts on diet soda and artificial sweeteners. And it was just a front for the Beverage Alliance. Okay?
Yes.
That's what it was. They weren't called the Beverage Alliance, but when you went to their website, on the way bottom, it said Beverage Alliance.
Ah.
So it was to set the record straight or something, was the name of the Twitter handle. Set the record straight, or for the record, or something like that. And they would go in and basically bombard everybody and say, here's the actual medical research, and I would reconsider posting that and this and that. And they went in for the longest time and did that. And then they would pay nutritionists, dietitians, to go and actually post on their Facebook page, oh no, this is fine in moderation and this and that. And it's just, it's mind-blowing because not only are they advertising, teaching at schools levels, but now they're counterattacking on social media when somebody like me would try to share an article like this. And I can guarantee you that somebody along the way is going to say, well, that's not right, and this and that article was disproven, or that was disproven. That's just a medical shill out there, or a beverage industry shill out there posting just to try to manage your reputation. The bad reputation is what that is. So don't be fooled when you see those posts out there. I have several people that actually go onto my Facebook page that post things. One is Bayer Cole, the famous bodybuilder. Another one is Caitlyn Jenner, who we know. Another one is Lisa Jennings. So people go on in these fictitious names, and when you go back to their Facebook page, it's always the same. There's no profile picture. There's nothing posted. They just create these accounts to go on and counterattack and do reputation management for these companies. And their standard line is like, because I'll always say, and people say, well, this isn't your true identity. And they always say, well, I don't want my house bombed. I'm a private person. And if you're a private person, you don't want your house bombed, why are you spending all of your time on the internet trying to debunk and do reputation management for these big companies? You're a paid shill. You're getting paid to do that.
Right.
That's what your job is. Whether you're sitting in their corporate office or if you're sitting at home on your computer and doing it from there, you're getting paid from them, and that's what you're doing. And that's why you don't want to put your real name out there, because this is a business, and you're going out there.
You're getting paid for it.
You're getting paid for it.
Right.
Yeah. So research on aspartame, Jamie.
A study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology determined that consumption of sugar-sweetened soda increases the odds for kidney function decline. You can read the entire study. Another study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that aspartame is linked to non-Hodgkin lymphoma and leukemia in men.
And they list the sites.
You can list this right. A study out of Arizona State University that was published in the Journal of Applied Nutrition determined that aspartame causes brain damage by leaving traces of methanol in the blood. Another study published in the U.S. National Library of Medicine determined that long-term consumption of aspartame leads to an imbalance in the antioxidants' pro-oxidant status in the brain. A study published by Washington University Medical School outlines a possible connection between aspartame and brain tumors.
And I've heard that many times.
So why, if there's even a chance of any of this type of thing happening, why would you do it?
Why would you do it?
Why would you do it?
Especially after you know this. I can understand if you don't know this because you're getting brainwashed by the companies. But there's alternatives here. Dr. Mercola wrote a good book, Sweet Misery or something. There's lots of health gurus that have written awesome books on the detriments of artificial sweeteners. Now, here's the really bad part. In one of the Gulf Wars, in the first Gulf War, they sent over a bunch of this soda for our troops. And it sat out in the sun. And baked. Got to a very high temperature. Now, you can look that up and read stuff about what happens when you start cooking these.
Aspartame?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
It's a potent, toxic cocktail.
Oh, boy.
Or what the claims are out there. And so it was, I mean, Desert Storm was the war that this happened in. And, all these veterans that came back with all these problems, these veterans that are crazy and that the government has turned their back on, not saying that it was this particularly, because they got a dosage of all experimental vaccines too, but you add all that up, and now you're drinking aspartame on top of it that's been baked out in the sun for days or whatever. It's terrible. Now, what can you do? Obviously not drink this stuff, but What if you want to drink soda and you don't want to drink soda that's sugar sweetened? You can find soda that's sweetened with stevia.
Right.
There's a lot of stevia on the market, stevia sweetened sodas now. They do exist. I would avoid the stevia that they use, the Truvia brand, because that's a Pepsi brand. When you get stevia in a packet, what happens is stevia is so powerful and so potent that just a little tiny bit on your tongue would be like overload your palate. So they have to buffer the stevia in the packets with something. And usually it's buffered with like dried corn syrup solids. Typically. The cheap brands. The better brands are buffered with like agave inulin, so it's a high quality fiber, an inulin fiber of a vegetable source, a high quality fiber that helps you even digest and does even better things for you. But you really have to be careful and just don't pick up any stevia packet out there. If I were you, I would not go to the grocery store for a stevia packet, mainstream grocery store. I'd go to a health food store. I'd talk to somebody who's qualified in that health food store, particularly an independently owned one where it's their passion and what they're doing, and say, I want to pick out the best brand of stevia. Of course, it's going to cost more. Not much more, though, because it's really not that expensive overall. But pick out a better brand of stevia and do some research on stevia. And then if you're out there drinking soda and you have to drink something, there's tons. Reed's has a whole thing now on their zero sodas, which is their cream, their root beer, and Zevia.
Yeah,
Zevia, which is a whole soda line that only has stevia sweetened products. So that's a home run right there. Zevia, Zevia, I think it's called.
Yes.
Right, and we love that. Every flavor imaginable too.
They're very good products.
So, thanks for tuning in. Chef Marcus Guiliano.
And Jamie.
And if you like our videos,
press like, subscribe, leave your comments below.
And definitely visit our website, chefonamission.com. Thanks for watching.